Well, this is like the most getaway setup ever, but do I look like I give a fuck? I'm really like not excited to be here. Like, I don't really want to be doing this. But at the same time, I feel like it's important, so that's why I'm doing it. It's just like chores, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking laundry and dishes, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just getting shit done, getting through it, getting over it, etc. Um, so yeah, I've just I've just been talking about doing this literally years, like 2 years, like almost pretty much like 3 years now. Um, so this is it. I thought it would be way more extravagant. Like, I wanted to like record it and edit it and put transitions and like little effects and shit like that. But my phone storage just was full for like the longest time. Like, it's still pretty much full. Every time I try to do anything major, it gives me that little fucking warning. I don't get to do nothing more, and it's just a headache. So I went live the rest of the times. I'm going live again. And anyway, this is not like my purpose in doing this is not to like gain traction and like viewers and stuff like that. This is really like documentation purposes only. Like, this is not at all like my intention is not to like try to grab people's attention and stuff like that. So um basically this is for anybody who's interested, like who already gives a fuck. Like, this is me just having like a conversation basically with myself for everybody to see. I'm not really trying to start a conversation with nobody like in particular. But I am definitely open to suggestions, like help. Help me please. um I've just been really desperate. I've literally been begging for help, for money, for food, for a place to sleep, like all over my Facebook for like a couple years. Like, finally, things have been on like upturns, so I haven't really had to do much of that as much. But I'm still in a really fucked up position, and I'm still pretty desperate. I'm still pretty lost, and I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Even though I kind of now understand more what I'm dealing with, it's still like pretty much impossible for me to deal with it like on my own still. So I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck going on, what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Like, it's just a lot. It's really overwhelming for me. So yeah, I don't really have nobody in my corner. um Let me just start with me. Like, I'm Mimi. Everybody know me as MJ. You can't see my shit, but I just got this done. um, yeah, this is not like a promotion for any reason, but I do go by Mary Jane. Most people know me by Mary Jane or by MJ. Um, I've been going by that name before I ever started dancing. I'm a dancer. I'm in Seattle, Washington. I'm born and raised here, Tacoma, Seattle. Represent. Really like 253, 206, 425, 100%. Yeah. I'm 25. I'm about to be 26. And basically my whole life got destroyed for my 23rd birthday. 2020. And ever since then, I've been just suffering. And even before then, I was just suffering. But it was like a trade off. Like, before that happened, I was like suffering. Like, every day, I was just crying. I was scared. I was paranoid. I had no idea, like, what I was going through. Like, but I had a lot going for me. Like, I had a lot more, like, stability in a way. Like, I had more, like, financial stability. I had more, like, realistic, like, I had housing, I had my possessions, I had my childhood. And then after that happened, now, like, I'm just suffering, like, homeless, getting attacked every day, freezing, starving, broke, like, zero stability. But, like, my mental state and my emotional state is, like, the best it's ever been. Like, I've never been so just free and just, like, calm and just centered and all that. Like, I finally stopped crying myself to sleep. Um, like, I finally, like, feel just safe and happy and excited for life. Like, I'm far more social. Like, I'm very much more, like, able to talk to people without feeling like I want to kill myself. Which, before that happened, I would literally, like, people would speak to me and I would stare them dead in their face and look away and not respond. Like, now I do that if it's like a bum ass dude trying to harass me. But, like, I don't do that to just random people that's being nice. Whereas before, I would just not understand. Like, I would just not get it. Like, why the fuck you in my face? Like, I don't hate you. Like, please don't make me hate you type shit. Like, that's how I felt about it. I had really no friends. I really still don't have no friends. But it's like, I'm not mad about it now. Like, I don't feel like everybody hates me. Like, I just feel like I understand that I'm very just, I guess you could say, introverted, just, like, to myself. Like, I'm, like, more okay with the fact that I feel like people don't understand me. And that's a huge relief because, like, just before everything happened, I just didn't understand. And then I was enlightened and now I understand. So, yeah, so basically what happened was, in 2020, for my 23rd birthday, my family and friends threw me a surprise birthday party, which was like just a horror movie, like just like the most fucked up shit they could think of. And their intention was like two-part as far as I could tell. So the first part was to finally make me aware of the situation at hand. So, like, they've been hiding everything from me. And then they started probably getting bored, I'm guessing. And so they decided they wanted to, like, break it to me. And then they decided to break it to me. They decided to break it to me by, like, fucking up my life as well as they could. So it was kind of like they wanted to make sure that I knew the extent of what they wanted to do. And I full-heartedly believe the only reason I'm still alive is because they're too fucking stupid to actually, like, kill me. But I know for a fact that they would have thoroughly enjoyed planning my actual murder. And the fucked up part, or the catch, is they've been trying to get me to kill myself. Like they've known about, like, my suicidal ideation. They've encouraged it. They've contributed to it. I'm sure that this whole setup was specifically to make me want to kill myself, like, to make me kill myself, like. And they continue to, like, do shit to like corner me or to, like, put that on me. And there's evidence of this. Like, I have so much evidence. I've already filed 2 lawsuits. One versus, like, everybody that did this to me, and then one versus the state of Washington, where I live, Seattle, Washington, for just how everybody has handled this situation, which has been completely fucked up. Everything that has happened has been completely fucked up. Nothing that has happened was how it should have happened. Everybody been failing to do their job. Everybody been laughing in my face. Everybody been violating my rights, depriving my rights, attacking me, laughing at me, mocking me, telling me to fuck off, telling me to kill myself, telling me to get raped. Like, it's like every single fucking thing that happened was wrong. And nothing that happened, like, I don't want to say nothing, but I think probably 1%, maybe 0.5% of anything that has happened has actually been for the better. And I like pretty much feel like the only reason that I'm surviving, that I've gotten this far, is literally because these people can't think of a way to stop me. Like the system is in place. Like people can't get away with as much as they want to. Like, that's what I'm seeing. Like, they have to be as manipulative and conniving and backstabbing and deceitful as possible, because they can't just come out and say how they feel. They can't just go and do what they want to do, or they're gonna get dinged for it. So they're just trying to make my life as difficult as possible to please themselves, and they can't think of anything more to do because they're fucking stupid. So that's like my one saving grace. Like, I'm very happy, you know, that I've been able to stay as safe as I have. Like, I'm very happy that certain things have not escalated to, you know, an even more just grievous point. But it's pretty bad. Like, it's very fucked up. Like, I've literally never heard of this shit in my life. You know, like, I've heard of some news stories of like there was one about a fucking guy who pretended to be the police. He kidnapped this little girl out of her fucking woods in front of her house and kept her in a fucking bunker for 8 days and tortured her. And then, like, I don't know, miraculously she fucking like stole his phone, like text her mom. She thought it didn't go through, but her mom got the text anyway, and then they saved her. She convinced him to run away because he asked her should he stay or go, and then she said go, and then whatever, like, I don't know, like, she ran away after that or something. Like, I don't know, like, that's like a kidnapping of like 8 or 10 days she was gone, or like 2 weeks or something. Like, you know, you hear, like, I don't know, like, I've seen horror movies like there's like parents that like murders their kids and like beats their kids to death, you know, throws bitches in the freezer, fucking random shit like this. And it's like this, all these like horror stories, like nothing, or like even like human trafficking. Like, I've never heard of nothing like of like, I've looked somewhat for stories like this, but at the same time, I haven't really been like too intrigued by it. Like, I be crying when I'm watching this shit on YouTube. Like, I can't really just sit and like watch forever. But I've really just, like, I've never heard of such a fucked up situation that's just gone on for so long, that's just been so just complex and complicated. Like, you know, it's very like, I've heard of vicious stories where it's very gory and like slasher hacker shit, like murder, serial killers and stuff like that, but never something where you targeting somebody their whole life in these crazy manipulative ways just for like no reason. Like, I guess it's all for no reason, but it's like when you trying to kill somebody, like, that's very specific. Like, when you, I guess they was raping me, so that's very specific. Yeah, that's specific. But it's like, I don't know, just so manipulative, like, just so creepy, like, just extremely fucking creepy. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to start, because I've tried to sit and record multiple times. Like, I'll literally be at it for 10 hours straight, all day, multiple days at a time, and it just haven't been working out for me. So I'm trying to think. Let me just keep this for a second. I got my little goodies, bitch. I'm born 1997, like I said, I'm 25. I'm born January 16th, 1997. That's a Thursday, the day I was born. My parents told me that they was separated because my dad's roommate caught him hooking up with his roommate's friend. Told my mom about it. She moved back in with her parents. She was 18 when they got together. She was 21 when she had me, so she was probably 21. She was probably 21. She turned 21 like September before I was born in January. So, yeah. So she moved back in with her parents. Then I heard the story of my birth is that my mom went to the hospital with her parents. I think she said something about she thought she had to shit on the toilet and then her water broke. Then they took her to the hospital. And then they called my dad. He was with his friend like in like Olympia or something. Like, that's the capital of Washington. And then he just tells a story of like taking his friend's car with his friend in the passenger seat and them just racing up the fucking highway and like getting to the hospital before I was born and like being there for the birth and stuff. And then I guess they like argued about my name because they was separated. They wasn't married, but they was dating. Then they got pregnant when she got pregnant by him with me. Then fuck. Then oh yeah. Then so her parents is there. It's her biological mom and then her stepdad who raised her. He's been in her life like pretty much the whole time. And so then it's them and then it's my dad. So my mother's maiden name is her mom's her biological mom's name. And then I guess when she was adopted by her stepdad at a young age, then she took his name at the end of her mom's name. So my mom's name when I was born was her mom's name, then her dad's name, her stepdad's name. I think it's usually the other way around. Or maybe it's the other way around when you get married. So I don't really know. So my dad wanted me to have his name. But my mom wanted me to have her name like she had her mom's name. So my name ended up being my dad's name, my mom's name, and then my mom's stepdad's name. So I have double hyphenated 3 last names. People be looking at me crazy all the time. I don't know why. But yeah. So my first name is, this is weird. My mom told me that before I was born, she said if it's a boy, my name's gonna be Michael something, and if I'm a girl, it's gonna be Marion Renee. So Marion is my mom's name. Renee is the female variation of Rainy, which is the name of some motherfucker in my mom's family history. I think, no, I really don't know who the fuck it was. I might not be related to them, so it might be her stepdad's family tree. Because she would like send letters to his mom, and her stepdad, my mom's stepdad's mom, would send me like sweaters that she knitted and stuff like that, like when I was really young. And then like me and my little brother went with our grandpa to go visit her in like the old folks home, like before she died. That was much later. I'll probably have to mention that again I'm going to have to mention that again. But yeah, so that's me. I'm Marion Renee Lewis. That's my dad's name. Lavang. That's my mom's name. DuPont. And that's my mom's dad's name, and that's her stepdad. Born on a Thursday, January 16, 1997. Oh yeah, and my dad already had 2 kids. So he had a girl and a boy by his first wife, and then he had a girl and a boy by his second wife, and that's me and my little brother. But when I was born, my mom moved back in with him, but he did not have custody of his kids. Their mom had custody of them, and I guess the custody battle went on for like 8 years. I don't know if it was just consistent or how it went, but it was just like, I don't know. I really don't know like the details. I just remember being around. Like, my mom took me to court with her. We literally ran into my half sibling's mom at the courthouse when we was picking up documents or something. They was like, oh, hello, hello, like, and then they moved in with us, they moved in with us when I was 4 or 5, and my little brother was born when I was 3. So I lived with my parents alone for 3 years. Then my mom had another child, and then about a year later, or maybe 2 years later, then our siblings come and move in with us. So I was basically like the only child, the oldest child, but they would always come for visitation. So they would always come like on weekends or like holidays and stuff like that. And I would know who they are. Like, there's pictures of my sister holding me as a baby, like, all this stuff. And my mom was around them from the time she was 18. So she literally says that she's been raising those kids since she was 18. Because she would be living with my dad. She moved in with him when she was 18. She moved out for like a small amount of time during her pregnancy with me, and then she moved back in with him. So my mom was living with my dad from the time she was 18, raising all his kids this whole time. So I was 17, and then my mom left, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, so basically, I don't know, like, I could talk about like every single memory that I ever had. But the truth is, like, first of all, that would be really tiring for me, and so I don't want to do that. I be forgetting why the fuck I'm even doing this. Why the fuck am I on YouTube doing this? Like, I just really, like, want to make sure that I'm doing my part to, like, inform the people that this shit is happening, and nobody's fucking helping me. Nobody's, like, preventing this shit from happening. Like, nobody even, like, probably gives a fuck, or, like, if they do, it's like there's nothing they can really do except what, share this video, like and comment, subscribe and shit. Like, that's really, like, annoying to me, because that's not really doing much. That's like, okay, thanks for making me feel better about my fucking YouTube account or like my social media presence. That's not doing anything to help me or like my siblings or like their kids or like anybody else that is going through anything like this. Like, I do want this to be a document. I want the family stuff to be documented in case this could be used for evidence in court. I also want this government shit to be documented for the people. Because this shit is crazy. This shit is so crazy. I'm really scared. I'm really scared. Like when all this shit went down, I was in shock. It took me a second to realize that I have to start posting this shit. I have to start documenting this shit. I have to make a time and date stamp from right now. Hey, you guys, this shit just went down. Like, hey, guys, like, I need help. And now I have to explain why I need help. Like, because nobody just gonna randomly just throw money at me for no reason while I'm fucking sleeping in the dirt on the side of the road. Unless I'm sucking dick. Which I never did. I mean, I sucked dick before. But I never sucked dick for money. I never sucked dick in any kind of trade situation, prostitution situation, whore situation. I never trade sexual acts for anything. I've only performed sexual acts for the sake of pleasuring my partner out of pure fucking dumb assery. Just kidding. I'm not. I don't want to jump around too much. That's why I'm just trying to take the time to collect my thoughts. It's a live video, so I just feel a little self-conscious about it. Okay, so I'm trying to decide. Should I start with right now? No. If I start now and go back, that's going to be weird. Should I start when I found out about everything? And then talk about what I found out and then go back in my childhood? Because I feel like that would make more sense. But then it makes me feel like I don't get to share, like, the positive highlights of my childhood. Maybe I could just use the positive highlights of my childhood to kind of justify, like, all the shit I have to bring up. I think that makes sense, because I really wouldn't be sharing this story if it weren't for all the negative shit. So I feel like I could tell the negative shit and then explain how it happened, like how they got away with it, what I was thinking at the time, how it was for me then. I think that makes sense. And then I can just go forward and talk about how I've been handling it, how everybody else been handling it, and then okay. So January 2020. Okay. Well, fuck. You know, because, like, it's the build-up, and then it's the climax, and then it's the aftermath. So, like, the climax requires a little bit of explanation about the build-up for it to really make sense. Or does it? Can I just start with the climax, then go back? I think that makes best sense. I'll just start with the climax, go immediately backward, and work all the way backward. And that will probably make the most sense. And then I can continue with everybody understanding what already happened. Okay. Okay. So, January 2020, the 16th was my 23rd birthday. That was also a Thursday, okay? Remember how I said I was born on a Thursday, January 16th, 1997. So 23 years later, my birthday also falls on a Thursday. Isn't that a coincidence? So, don't forget, okay? It's a whole ass setup, like, literally meant to make me kill myself. So it's all meant to be traumatizing. It's all meant to be triggering. It's all meant to be recreating shit. Oh yeah, trigger warning. I think I forgot to say trigger warning. But yeah, so my birthday, 2020, Thursday the 16th. So Sunday, January 12th, 2020, until Sunday, January 19th, 2020, that was my birthday week, from the 12th to the 19th, Sunday to Sunday, and my birthday was on the 16th on Thursday. So my birthday was basically smack dab in the middle. Like, so that whole week, I literally started calling that my birthday week of torture, 2020. Like, 2020, birthday week of torture. It's got a nice ring to it, huh? So, yeah, I came up with that. And so, okay, so when the week started, I had no idea how the week would end. It was basically two separate situations that were brought together for me to experience. So on January 12th, 2020, there was a major incident. And on January 19th, 2020, there was a major incident. Those 2 Sundays. And then in between, there were a bunch of minor incidents. So I will say, there had been a bunch of minor incidents previously leading up to this, but not at the same frequency as like every day, such as during this week. So like creepy shit, weird shit, fucked up shit. But the drastic, dramatic like events happen on those 2 Sundays. So the first one happened outside my home, caused by people that I didn't know, like my peers, like my age. These are strippers that like I would see in the club, and I guess they have been stalking me because that's how it looks, and that's what the evidence points to, and that's what I know now. Like, I had to really figure this out. Like, I had to really figure this out because I didn't know nothing. Like, nobody told me nothing. They just did a bunch of shit, and I had to put all the pieces together. And they wanted me to be able to put the pieces together because I've been living in ignorance this entire time. Like, they've been feeling like ignored, you know what I'm saying? Or they've been feeling like unnoticed, and I think that hurt their ego a little bit. Like, they wanted me to recognize them for who they truly are. They wanted me to see how fucking evil they are or whatever. So they kept it quiet because they didn't want to get caught about nothing, and then they figured out a way to like make sure that I see everything, and they did it in the best way they could to not get caught. But the facts are that they have left behind so much fucking evidence, like, and I will talk about how the cops handled it and how everything's been handled in court so far. I have evidence on that shit too. Like, it's so fucked up. It's extremely fucked up. So that first event, um, I went in the strip club. I got drugged at the strip club. I drove a bitch to her house. I entered her home. I got drugged again. And then I got drugged some more. So the first time I got drugged was in a drink. Like, probably powder substance. They dropped in my drink at the fucking strip club. And I started noticing that as soon as I got in the car to drive, to the point where the person I was driving home was like, oh, take the freeway. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm going to take the highway because I don't feel safe to drive. I felt really out of it. Like, I felt like losing focus, like dizzy or something. Then we get there. I just decided to go upstairs with her into her apartment. And then we smoking weed, and the weed was laced. And I know the weed was laced because I remembered later how she was just puffing it and letting out all the smoke. And she took a Polaroid picture of me and her next to me. She's like got a whole billow of smoke outside her mouth in front of me with her eyes open on the camera. And I'm slumped. I'm on the wall like this. I don't know what the fuck going on. Like, my eyes are down. Like, I'm on the wall. She's like this, like that. So she's like, it's like a bragging, like, type of photo, like a trophy, like, haha, like, she's smoking the weed. So, and then she was like, do you mind if my friend come through? And I was like, friend? What friend? And she was like, you remember the waitress, so-and-so, da-da-da. We've been best friends since we was kids. And then she showed me photos of them as kids together. Like, I was like, wow, like, that's so cute. Oh, my God, of course you can come. Like, I don't care at all. That's so nice of you to ask. So her friend comes through. They, like, go in the bathroom to, like, twist weed, I guess. And she have a pole in there. And I'm, like, recording myself like this. Like, I put my phone up on the floor and I'm on the pole. And, like, I couldn't keep my balance, like, at all. Like, I was, like... I thought I was doing something, which was so weird. Like, I really had no idea what I was going through. I really thought I was, like, doing something. Like, and then I look at the videos later. Like, I don't have those videos, which is fucked up at some point. But I still have videos from that night. So, I mean, I don't think the videos, I don't know if that's even necessary like that. I don't know. It could be, but at the same time, it could also not be. Like, I'm learning to let this shit go. But I still do have videos of that night, which I believe are highly incriminating. I mean, which are absolutely incriminating. It's not like it's not like a whole video of what happened, but it's like it's the same thing. It shows their attitudes. It shows, like, reckless endangerment. It shows, like, complete apathy. It shows, like, malice. It shows a really creepy scene of them, like, taunting me about the injuries they just left me. Shit like that. So it's evidence for sure. And then, so then I'm on the pole, right? I'm, like, spinning around the pole, fucked up. Like, I don't know what they have me on, horse tranquilizers or something. So I fall on my butt. It's a big thump. They come out of the bathroom. She's like, oh, girl, you fell. And I'm like, oh, shit. And she's like, oh, let me help you up. So I, like, give her my hand, and I feel a poke in my finger. I'm like, ow. And she's like, oh, sorry, let me get you a Band-Aid. I'm like, I'm out of it at this point. I can't even think straight. So I'm not really grasping what's happening. I'm just like, oh, like, maybe I got, you know, like I see that I got hurt. I see that she's being nice to me. Like, that's about it. I didn't really have the mental capacity to think how the fuck did that happen, what just happened, or nothing. I was like real tunnel vision. I can't stand up. I can't think straight. I can barely see straight. She come back out. She put a fucking, or no, then I fell down. Like, so I'm on my butt. I try to get up, or I give her my hand. She's trying to help me up, and then I like she pokes me or whatever. It was a needle, and then I just lay down. So when she comes back out, I'm laid out on the ground, just on my back next to the pole in the middle of the room, and she puts a band-aid on my finger while I'm like laid down. I guess like a few minutes later, I hear music playing. I open my eyes, I look down, she's in the corner of the room. She's taken off all her clothes and she's put on her outfit, like from the club. Like she's wearing like a bikini and she's playing Travis Scott. And she got some fucking little pink fuzzy handcuffs and shit. I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and I just open my eyes, I see the shit, my eyes close again. Like, I can't keep my eyes open, I can't move, I'm completely immobilized, I'm completely confused. Like, I'm like pretty much unconscious at this point. Then like I guess they moving my body around. I think they probably took off my clothes at that point. Like, I was completely unable to open my eyes. I guess they're shooting me up more at this point. Because I woke up with 13 needle points in my body. And they was really on some devil worshiper shit, like 100%. So that was like the thing. Guessing that was heroin. Guessing what before that was probably like whatever kind of day rape drugs. I don't know nothing about it. Like, Rohypnol is the only one I really am aware of. Like benzos, right? I don't fucking know. Like, I never even ever heard of nobody talking about date rape drugs. Like, I never ever thought about drugging a bitch. Like, I never heard of nobody talking about drugging bitches. I never heard of nobody talking about date rape drugs. Like, literally the only reason I know about Rohypnol is because of the Hangover movie. Like, that's how, like, out of the loop I am. And my dad has talked about rupees before as well. So yeah. So they moving my body around. I can feel them contorting my body, and then I hear like a huge snap, and I feel just excruciating pain, like in my lower back, in my spine. And then I feel another one. So they herniated 2 discs in my spine, in my lower lumbar section. And what's fucked up is that one of the ones that they put in there was the one directly beneath, I mean the very next one after a herniated disc that I already had from the time I was 13 years old. And I didn't even know what that was when I got it for my whole life. Like, I never even knew what that was. But I remember getting it, and I know that's exactly what happened. So that one was like pretty healed. Like, it wasn't extremely bad anymore. Like, that was 13 to 23, so that's 10 years of like, and I was a child at the time, so I had time to actually heal. It wasn't that bad, so they was able to do that without paralyzing me. So I now have like one in the middle of my back, one right below that, and then they skipped one and went to the one right after that. So it's like 1, 2, skip 1, and then 3. And I already have one in between my shoulder blades, which I literally put there myself by accident one time, trying to self-adjust my shoulders like I always do. But this time I was in my bed. Like, I had just woke up. I was sitting on my bed. It's like an uneven surface. And I did that shit, and I feel like the most sharpest, excruciating pain of my whole entire life. I cried. I felt like so much loss and grief. Like, and I was completely sober at that time, so that I felt every fucking percent of the pain and the fucking just like grief and loss of just feeling like that permanent injury there, like, and knowing like there's nothing I can ever do about it, like, type shit. Like, that was so fucked up. So I mean, like, I couldn't even open my eyes when they was putting those in my spine. Like, I couldn't move, I couldn't fight, I couldn't scream. I mean, yeah, I couldn't do nothing. Then like right after that, they dislocated both my knees. They was raping me with dildos. They was shooting me up with heroin, doing whatever else. I'm 100% sure they have Polaroid pictures and videos. And then I don't know what happened. Like, I was, fucked up, like barely alive, like let alone conscious. And then all I'm feeling is pain, like I can't move or do nothing. I can't even open my eyes. And I'm just getting just attack. So you start losing consciousness when you're going through that type of shit. Like when you feel like there's nothing more you can do in life, you just fall asleep. Like you just get knocked out. Like that's, you just go unconscious. So you like accept your fate. You feel what I'm saying? It's like better to be knocked the fuck out than awake for that shit. Like your brain and your body is like trying to protect you. So yeah, then like I regained consciousness and I was in an upright position and I was somehow strapped to the pole. I guess they harnessed me up to the pole. They hung me from the pole by my shoulders. So I think they handcuffed my hands behind my back. So I was like hung by my shoulders, my hands behind my back and my feet on the ground. So I guess they relocated my knees by that point. But I was completely naked. The lights was on. I was standing right facing an open window into pitch black night. All the lights on. I'm fucking naked, hung to a fucking pole. And like my spine, like my head, because you know I'm on these drugs. So my head was hung like this. And I have a herniated disc in my spine right here. And I got it. So just to give a demonstration, this is what I be doing. I've been doing this for years. It's really bad. Don't do this. I literally pull my wrist, like I grab my wrist like this, and I put my head down. I don't know if you heard that, but that's feels good. Feels good to me. Okay, so I put my head down. I pull my arms back over my head. And it cracked my fucking shit right here. Like, you can feel it, like, indent right here and come back out. And I did that to myself in, like, broad, like, consciousness, whatever. So I'm in this position with my head hung down. I can't lift my head. I feel like my neck is about to break. Like, I'm, like, so, like, under the influence. Like, it's impossible for me to lift my head. And I'm just fighting for my life because I know my neck is about to break. I'm about to become paralyzed. And I can just feel my whole entire spine, like, about to give out. Like, my whole, from, like, my waist down, like, everything is on fire. Like, I'm in a standing position, my head falling, and I'm trying to lift my head. So I put weight on my feet. And it's like, I put weight on this, I try to put weight on this foot. And it was just, like, I felt like excruciating. It really felt like fire, like lightning, like shooting from my pinky toe up my whole entire leg, like into my knee, up my whole entire hip, into my lower back, like up my whole body, and my neck about to break. I try to shift my weight from like my pinky toe to my big toe, and it's even worse. Like I'm fucked. I'm like, I'm dying, I'm dead, like I'm about to die. And then, you know, it's both fucking feet, it's both fucking knees, it's my whole fucking, all my hips, my lower back, like, that just got herniated, like, my knees just got dislocated and relocated, like, and I'm looking out this window, and I'm just, like, I can't scream. Like, I've had so many dreams about being, like, stuck, and I can't scream, I can't move. That's exactly how it was. It was, like, so fucked up. I was trying to, like, look for signs of life. I couldn't see no lights on in nobody's windows. And then all of a sudden, I just hear a siren. And I'm like, fuck. I really hope they coming for me. I was like, fuck, they gotta be coming for me. Somebody called the police. Like, somebody's sending a fucking ambulance for me right now. No, I literally watched this fucking ambulance go right underneath the window. I seen the lights go right past the building off into the distance. I was so, like, distraught. I was like, damn, I'm really dead. Like, that's fucked up. And I couldn't do nothing. I literally felt unconscious again. Like, I was in so much pain. Like, I was so, like, distraught about that fucking lights. I just, like, felt unconscious again. And then, like, oh yeah, I think I woke up because the door slammed. They left the room. That's why I woke up. And then yeah, after the lights went by, I just like fell unconscious again. Then I woke up. I think she hit me. She was back in the room. She was fully dressed. I opened my eyes. She's like She's like, this is the funniest part to me. This is the most funniest shit of my life, bro. She literally in my face, she goes, "You like that bitch?" Bro, I literally, like, I don't know if she hit me or what happened. She probably did something. And then I, like, open my eyes. She's like in my face like this, like, "You like that bitch?" And I'm so confused. Like, I'm extremely confused. Like, at that point, I was just like thinking, like, what? And I just felt unconscious again. I was like, damn, like, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna die today. Like, that's whatever. I'm confused. I'm super confused. At this point, I'm extremely confused. Like, so then, like, I guess a few minutes later, I'm on the ground again. She, like, let me down. And I just smell, I taste piss. I, like, open my eyes a little bit. Everything dark, like, her ass in my face. And then I taste shit. And, like, I can't even open my eyes. And then I taste liquor. And, like, I'm just, like, unconscious again. Like, I woke up on the bed, fully clothed. And then she's like, "Time to go. You ready?" Da-da-da. She walked me out. Or she's like, "Yeah, like, 1 second." So I'm, like, getting my shit together. And then, and then oh my fucking god, bitch. No, okay, so so fuck. So then I have Snapchats of walking down the hall. She's like 10 feet ahead of me. She's like walking hella slow. She literally puts her hand on her lower back, not scratching her back, not rubbing her back, not fixing her pants or her shirt. She's just putting her hand like a fist or like something like right there where she put the herniated disc. So I feel that that is just evidence of her taunting me. And she's on camera doing it, and like I literally put the camera down at my feet. You can see how I'm like struggling to walk. Like, I was trying to get my knees, I couldn't. Like, I was so fucked up. And then like I have like a video like of my knee, like I'm trying to like show my knees like in the video, but it's not very clear. You can see what I'm trying to do, but you can't see anything sus at that point, except her doing that with her fucking hand. And then we get in the elevator. She sit all the way down. I keep recording. I'm looking at the elevator. It says 7 on it. So I said, "Oh, 7 floors." You know, like, I'm trying to like document this shit. Then I guess we like get out the door. She's like, "Don't trip." She's like way ahead of me. She's like, "Oh yeah, oh, I slumped." Okay, so when we was getting out the door, I started slumping down. I started falling down. And she's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then, like, we keep walking, and she's still ahead of me, and she's like, "Don't trip." Like, real cold as fuck. Like, real ahead of me. She's not helping me. She just like, "Let's go, bitch." And then I get back in the car or whatever. I'm fucked up, and I'm like, I'm saying stuff like mumbling, like unintelligible mumbling, like, and then all of a sudden you just hear me like real clearly, "Stupid as fuck." Like, talking about myself, obviously. And then I'm like, you can see me trying to drive. I'm driving like 5 miles per hour. You know, and then I'm like looking for a place to park. I can't find it. I'm like trying to get my maps. Like, and then I just end up trying to fall asleep at the wheel. And I realized, like, I'm not gonna make it home. Like, there's no way. I was looking at the map, and it's like, I'm in Seattle. I lived in Kirkland. So I either have to go over one of the bridge, like, over Mercer Island or whatever, or I have to go up like, South Lake Union Bridge and, like, go all the way around on that windy-ass road on Lake Forest Park Drive or whatever the fuck. Like, I realized there's no fucking way I'm gonna make it home. So I gotta find a place to park. But I was in, like, a neighborhood, so the only place to park is, like, parallel parking, and they all took up. Like, it's all medians and parallel parking and shit. Then all of a sudden, I see an apartment complex. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that place is lit up. It's lit. Let me get over there. I'm gonna park in a apartment parking spot. Nobody gonna fuck with me till the morning, and I can get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So I drive up to this fucking apartment complex. Now, inside the apartment complex, all the lights on. It's like a fucking football field. Like, but the whole fucking way from the houses neighborhood until, like, the fucking apartment complex is, like, dark. It's dead ass dark, pitch black. There's no lights on the road. I'm driving up this one way. There's a long fucking median with, like, flowers in it, and I get up to the apartment complex. It's a gated community with a fucking keypad. I'm fucked. I can't get in, and I cannot get out because I'm fucked up. I'm falling asleep, and it's a one way on a dead pitch black fucking alley. Like, I'm fucked. I literally realized there's nothing I can do, and I just knocked the fuck out. I woke up to cops surrounding my vehicle, pounding on the windows. Get out of the car, get out of the car. I literally fell back asleep. They keep pounding. Wake up, get out of the car. I, like, wake up again. I'm like, and I get out of the car. I'm like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? And, like, all I could smell was shit. And it was like, please get out of the car. Like, you've been drinking. Like, we smell liquor, like, and stuff. I'm like, what? Like, I'm so out of it. Like, I'm still fucked up, you know? And I'm just confused. Like, what? I've not been drinking. Of course, like, take a breathalyzer. Sure. Like, I smell shit. And they asked me, you got injuries? I'm like, 2 herniated discs in my spine. Like, I can barely talk. Like, but I'm starting to remember what happened. Like, everything that I could remember, like, there was, like, some parts that I couldn't remember that had to come back to me. But, like, for the most part, I realized, like, what had happened. Because I had to learn about herniated discs when I broke my shoulders. Like, when I broke the disc in my shoulders. Or whatever. When I herniated that one. It's like, I basically broke my neck, I feel like. But I didn't actually break nothing, I don't think. It's just a herniated disc. It's, like, out of place. It's dislocated. But you can't put it back. You can't relocate it. So it's broken. Needs to be fixed. So yeah, and that was 2019. So from the time I was 13, that was like 2010 till 2019, I had that herniated disc in the middle of my back, and that was from dry humping / grinding, or getting grinded from behind by my boyfriend at the time, who was 17. And I heard a loud crack. I didn't know what happened. I just was like, okay, keep going, whatever. My back cracks all the time, but, like, the pain didn't go away. It was not nearly as bad as the one between my shoulder blades. Like, that's why I didn't really take it too seriously at the time. I didn't understand what happened. So, and then in 2019, I did that. I was in excruciating pain. It was, like, the most terrifying thing in my life. I thought I was gonna die or be paralyzed, and I had to look up, like, spinal injuries, and I realized, oh, that's exactly what it is. And I literally went to a chiropractor. I got x-rays. Like, oh my God, I gotta talk about all this shit. I'm gonna talk about that again. Don't let me forget. So, okay. So, okay, so I get arrested for DUI. They take me to the jail. I'm in booking for hell long. It's freezing cold. I'm fucked up. I'm looking around my body. I see all these fucking holes from the motherfucking needle. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just extremely fucked up and freezing cold and stuff. And then they finally say you gotta do an interview with a booking jail interviewer or whatever to see if you get booked. And so I did that. And this bitch was evil. Like, I just started telling her everything. And I told her I got drugged. I told her they shitted and pissed in my mouth. I told her they washed it down with liquor. I told her I hadn't been drinking since like before 8 p.m. that night. Like, I told her like all this extra shit. And I said I couldn't remember how I got the band-aid on my finger because I'm so fucked up. And she was like, oh, the cops put it there. No, she was like, the police put it there when they picked you up because you were bleeding. And I'm like, what? I'm thinking, how the fuck did you know that? Like, how the fuck would you know that? Like, what? Like, where would you come up with that? Why would you say that to me? And like, I had to literally the next day, like, and that night, things coming back to me, I had to remember exactly what happened. I'm like, where the fuck did she come up with that? Because I know exactly how that happened. I was there, bitch. I was there. Like, the cops, and when they picked me up, it's like I wasn't that fucked up when they picked me up. Like, hello, it was 9 o'clock in the morning. That was like 5 a.m. So it's been at least 4 hours. I'm asleep. Like, the cops picked me up. They didn't do that. Why did she say that? And why is this conversation not being recorded? That's my main question, bitch. Why the fuck that conversation not being recorded? Because she literally let me continue talking and talking and talking. She put down her pen in the middle and she just sat there fucking watching me, like staring me down. Like, she's lying to me. She's not taking notes. She's telling me, you're getting booked and you have to file a police report later. Where, like, you didn't get no medical attention. You go into a jail cell. Shit it out, bitch. Like, that's what happened. Then, you know, I'm in the holding cell for a little while awaiting like the decision. And then when they saying you getting booked, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, you gotta go take your vitals. So I go in they escort me from the holding cell. So it's the holding cell on this side of the room. Here's like the desk. Like, you come in this way, get your butthole checked. Here's the desk. It's hella cops. Fucking female holding cell. Take your mugshot here. Little like medical bay, whatever, nurse's office. And then on the other side is the male holding cell. So they're looking right at each other on opposite sides of the room. Now they're escorting me from the women's holding cell to the nurse's office. The whole way there, all the dudes. Oh, and they did my booking interview right in the middle of the room, in front of the desk, in between both holding cells. So I'm sitting here, she's sitting here, we staring at each other, them looking at this shit the whole time. Now as I'm walking from the women's holding cell, they escorted me over to the nurse's office. All the dudes in the male holding cell start climbing over each other, pounding on the fucking glass, yelling at me, screaming at me, like barking at me, like the entire fucking time that I'm walking from here to there. And the entire fucking time, they walk me in here, they sit me down on this wall, like, here's the door. They sit me on this wall in direct view of the male holding cell. They don't stop. This is like a whole 15, 20 minutes straight. These motherfuckers screaming, yelling, pounding at me, fucking attacking me through this glass or whatever. Now this dumbass fucking nurse, like, she pokes her head out the room, looks the opposite direction, stares a while, then pokes her head back in, retreats to face me on the other side of the room where she's out of view from those dudes, and they continue fucking doing this shit. Like, she acting like she not fucking noticed, but she's looking for it. She not looking for nothing else. Like, she don't close the fucking door. She let them fucking do this the entire time. And then she stands there looking at her clipboard for a whole 5 fucking minutes straight, completely silent. And she looks like she's laughing about the situation. Like, I don't know what the fuck she was waiting for. She seemed like she was like 100% enjoying the fact that this was happening. Like, I don't understand how you can just fucking stand there and not fucking do shit when you the one in charge. Like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, nothing. You didn't expect nothing to happen. All you wanted to do was enjoy this situation that was happening to me. You was enjoying and getting off on my fucking suffering, on me getting fucking attacked this entire time.
every fucking thing you do is to make me know that you are intentionally ignoring this situation because you fucking want to, and that you stretching out the situation. You're not hurrying this along. You're not saying, oh, I'm sorry this is happening, let's close the door. Oh, let's hurry this along so you don't have to deal with that shit. You literally like look out the door, act like there's not a problem, stand around, look on your clipboard for like 5 minutes straight for no fucking reason, then be like, oh, what's your name? Okay. Like, just slow as fuck for no reason. Then they bring me to my little jail cell, you know. It took me like hella long to shit because they raped me in my asshole with dildos, you know. My clitoris was hurting because they shot me up in my clitoris. I found 12 needle shots on my body and my clitoris was in so much pain. I was like, oh, they gave me a shot in my clitoris. That makes sense because that's on some devil worshiper shit. It's 13 shots. That's why, bitch, that's why. My knees completely bruised. Like, I can barely walk. Like, I can barely move. Like, I'm going through 13 shots of heroin withdrawals. Like, it was the most fucked up shit of my life. And then whatever kind of fucking roofies and shit they got in me. And then all the liquor that got me drunk enough to fucking get a DUI. Barely smoked any fucking weed. And then I get in there, some little bitch was like hiding under the fucking bed and like stealing my sandwiches and shit, like being weird as fuck. Oh my god. Like mumbling and like doing weird shit as fuck. She was like underneath the bed, like halfway under the bed and shit. Like, what in the world? Stealing my food like out the door when they put it in there. Like, I'm fucked up. I'm trying to sleep. I'm literally like got my blanket over me the whole time, just like in suffering, like pain, like everything hurts, everything fucked up. Oh yeah, and I had to call my ex. I think I called my mom. Okay, I can't remember, but I called my ex and I called my mom, and I told him he has to contact her and tell her what's going on. And then I guess she like came and picked me up the next day. So that was Sunday. So it was Saturday, right? So Saturday night, Sunday morning, and then Sunday I get arrested. Well, it's Sunday. It's like we leave the club at like 2 a.m. So it was Sunday already, and then I get arrested at like 9 a.m. Or we leave the club at like 3 a.m. I get arrested around 9. Then I'm held overnight. I get out at 7 p.m. on Monday, January 13th, Monday. That's bad luck. That's like Friday the 13th in Mexico. So then my mom picked me up around 7. The car got impounded, so I'm like, pick me up. We trying to figure out when we can go get the car that I was driving. We get food. I'm calling around trying to figure out where the car is at and all this shit. And then we drive home to Kirkland from Seattle. And then we couldn't get the car out that night or whatever. So we driving home, and like on the way home I'm like asking her now she was completely silent. She didn't ask me nothing. She didn't speak to me. She didn't say shit to me. And like I told her I wrote a song in jail and let me sing it to you. Like, I was in the jail cell singing. And I had found, so the fits are red, right? And like I found a thread on the shirt. Like, I looked down at it and it's just a loose thread. So I literally picked up the thread and I tied it around my finger, like right here. And I wrote a song called My Little Red Thread. And I just started singing about this little fucking red thread. And it ended up being a song about my dead baby. The miscarriage that I had and shit like that. So it was extremely depressing. Like, so I was just singing this song like in my jail cell. Like, and then my mom picked me up. Like, she didn't ask me nothing. She didn't say nothing to me. I told her I wrote a song in jail and I'm gonna sing it to her. And so I sang it to her, and she's just still quiet as fuck, silent. I'm like, okay, if she's not gonna ask me nothing, I'm not gonna tell her nothing. Why the fuck would I just start telling her everything when I've been telling her everything in my life, and she does the same fucking shit. Sit there silently, be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you told me. If you need anything, I'm always here for you. But she not here for me. She not saying shit. She not reassuring me. She not figuring shit out with me. She not conversing with me. She just like gathering information and sitting there silently like a little mouse. Like dumb. So I'm just like, now we had already been not speaking. We had already been like, I was already extremely angry at her because of there had been a year of shit that led up to this, that she was intentionally like pissing me off, like making sure that I would understand things later. So she's silent as fuck. I sing her a fucking jail song about a little red thread, and then we get up to like around the house, and I'm like, can we please stop at the dispensary before we go home? Like, I'm trying to smoke some fucking weed. Like, that was literally the reason why I went to that bitch house. Because when I like should I explain this now? Yeah, okay. So no, I'll explain it in a minute. So I was just trying, I didn't have no weed, okay? I was trying to get some weed. I'm in pain. I need to sleep. I'm coming down off all these drugs. Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm in so much pain. Like, I'm asking her, can we stop at the dispensary? Now, she's never ever had a problem with stopping at the fucking dispensary on our way home before. She's never told me no. Now, all of a sudden, she's just like, no. And I'm just like, why? Like, she's like, I don't feel like stopping right now. Like, I want to go home. I'm like, okay, but it's going to take 5 minutes. The dispensary is right next to the house. You can just drive down the hill and we can stop at the dispensary before we go in the fucking place. She's like, I'm not going there. I'm just like, what the fuck? I was pissed. So we get in the house. Now, it's middle of January. It's snow on the ground. It's like midnight by this point. It's like 11 at this point. I'm completely injured. My knees was just dislocated. I have 4 herniated discs in my back. Them 2 is fresh. Like, I'm off all this fucking drugs. Like, I just like have the most traumatic fucking prisoner hostage terrorism situation I could ever fucking imagine. Like, I've never even fucking like I've never been through none of this shit before. Like, that's crazy as fuck. Now she won't even fucking stop the car 5 minutes down the road so I can go in the weed shop and go to sleep. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm walking. I don't give a fuck. I'm walking in the snow down a fat fucking hill and back up on all my fucking injuries. Like, I can't explain like how just treacherous that shit was. I get to the fucking weed shop. It's like 11 like 45 or like 11 they close at midnight, so it's probably 11:45. I don't have my fucking ID. Like, I left my ID. Like, I literally start crying. Like, I was literally so distraught. I did not know what to do. I could not believe this shit was happening to me. Like, that was the most fucked up shit ever. Like, I just went all this way, all this extra shit. Like, my own mother won't fucking, like, support me, won't even ask me what happened to me, won't even take me to the fucking weed shop like she always fucking do when she's driving. Like, I just start crying like a bum. I just sit behind this abandoned building that's behind the fucking weed shop, and I just sit down in the snow and I'm crying like so hard. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I can still go in the fucking corner store. So I walk back home up the hill. I get my ID. I go in the corner store. I buy a bottle of wine, hella snacks, all this shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink wine and just go to sleep. And then I think I hit up this boy, and I asked him if he has weed, and he like met up with me, and like he smoked me like a bowl. Like, it was not even like much weed. Like, it was like crappy, like little ass amount of weed or whatever. And so I go home. I just have all my snacks. I'm like, okay, I'll go to the weed shop tomorrow. So I put all my snacks around my bed. I create like a nest, and I just fall asleep right on my back. Like, I had like water bottle, like, I don't know, probably juice, like wine, popcorn, chips, candies, like just random shit, everything. Like, I had hella shit all around me. Like, my bed had like a little like ridge, like a plank around the whole thing. So I literally put all my drinks, all my snacks, everything. So I go to sleep. I wake up. I remember stirring in the night one time. Like I woke up a little bit and I kind of like just adjusted slightly and I fell back asleep. And I remember waking up in the morning. I was like, damn, first night home from jail. Like, I was like, damn, like I never slept so good in my life. Like first night home from jail. Like that was like my first thoughts waking up, and I was like, okay, like I'm alive again. Like, then like I think I wandered around the house a little bit. Like I looked for food, like real food, and then like I don't know, I might have showered or like took a shit or whatever. But then I went to the weed shop, and you know, I had to walk again. And so I came back home. I went outside to smoke. I was out there for like maybe like an hour or two. And then like, you know, I didn't do shit else. So that was Tuesday the 14th. Now I had court on the 15th in the morning and my mom was gonna drive me. So on Tuesday the 14th, I left the house and I came back to all my drinks and my snacks on my bed, and there's food in the fridge, and I've been eating food in the fridge. Or I might have cooked something a little bit, not much, you know, I just wanted to lay down. So I just went to sleep. But then I woke up on the 15th, and I fell asleep that night, and I woke up in the same exact position that I fell asleep in. And I remember waking up, I was like, that's weird. I slept better last night than I did on my first night home from jail. Like I didn't even stir. I didn't even wake up at all to move. That's really weird. Like I that's the first thing I noticed. Then I get up. I was like wearing nothing but panties. So like my whole body was naked but panties. And then I like kind of sit up, and the first thing I notice is like a spot, and I see a hickey on my chest, and then I see a hickey on my nipple on the left side. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I inspected my body like when I got out the jail, when I was in the jail and when I got out the jail, like this was not there. And like so the first thing I was like, okay, my mom's the only other one in the house. But my ex, who I called from the jail cell, who knew what was going on, he had snuck in my house before one time after I went out with my mom to a show, and I definitely got drugged off my drinks, and she wasn't even drinking. She refused to drink, and I had 2 drinks, and by the time we was leaving, I was out of it. I was speaking Spanish to my mom, broken half sentences of Spanish to my mom, and I was calling my boyfriend, my ex, and he was my ex at that time too. We was not even together. I was like, what you doing and stuff. I'm gonna just tell this story real quick. So I was like, I'm gonna call you when I get home, or hit you up, I'll text you, whatever. And so we get to the house, my mom helping me in because I'm so fucked up, but I have not been drinking that much. I had 2 drinks. So my mom pulling me out the car, helping me down the stairs. I'm like, I gotta pee. She take me to the bathroom. I'm trying to get my pants down. She babysitting me. I'm trying to get my pants down. I can't. So I get my pants down. I like sit down in the shower, and like I take my pants all the way off, and I lay down in the shower with my butt. It's like a stall. I lay down my butt on the shower. I still have my shirt on, and I just piss in the shower, like all over my legs, all over the ground. I'm laying down on my back. My mom's standing over me, just looking down at me, kind of like almost smug. And then all she said was, well, I wouldn't wipe you. That would just be weird. Or well, I won't wipe you. That would just be weird. And then I knocked the fuck out. I woke up in my bed in the same outfit with my legs sticky with piss, no panties, no pants, just wearing the shirt I had on, my makeup, my hair done, my jewelry on, and my ex in my bed next to me holding me tight. I wake up, I'm confused as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, when, like, how long have you been here? Like, when'd you get, like, how'd you get in? He was like, oh, I thought you left the window open for me. And I'm thinking, like, what? Like, I didn't even tell you to come through. I said I would hit you up when I get home. Now you in my fucking bed, I'm naked with piss all over me. After I definitely just got drugged somehow at that bar where my mom was taking me to go see Frazee Ford. Like, I'm like, okay, like, let me go shower. I go and take a shower. I'm like, okay, you gotta leave, like, through the front door. And he was, like, getting, like, awkward that he had to leave through the front door. Like, you just climbed through my fucking window into my bed when I didn't invite you even in. Like, I didn't tell you come in. Like, I didn't tell you even come out here. Like, so yeah. And so after that, I told my mom what happened. I was like, so what happened last night? And she was like, oh, like, you know, you was fucked up, or whatever, like, and stuff. She didn't even say if she put me in my bed, which clearly she must have dragged me into my fucking bed by my arms, without fucking even turning on the shower to rinse me off or wiping me with fucking toilet paper or anything like that, which would not have been weird. That would have been regular as fuck. If you have a drunk friend pissing all over themselves, at least run the fucking shower, which they're already halfway in with piss all over them. Okay. I was like, yeah, I woke up, I said his name, you know, he's in my bed. And she was like, oh, I didn't even know he was here. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't press her for nothing. Like, I just wanted to see what she had to say. She didn't have shit to say. So, so then after that, I was paranoid. I was like, okay, like, you know, he's been in my house a lot. Like, he's been creeping on me a lot. I've had some extremely fucked up experiences around him, like, with him. Like, I don't trust him. And then so I started telling my mom after that. I think that was like 2018. So, yeah. I was like, we gotta get the locks changed. Maybe that was 2018, 2019. I don't remember. I was like, we gotta get the locks changed. We should put up security cameras. Like, I was telling her that for like a while. She was like, okay, look it up. Send me some options and I'll get it handled and stuff. And I was like, for some reason, I just kept putting it off because, like, I wanted her to want to be more involved. I wanted her to give a shit more. And so I just kept bringing it up to her. And she's like, okay, but you still haven't sent me nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm thinking in my head, like, maybe you should care more. Like, I don't know. Maybe you should look something up. Maybe if you want to be the one to handle it, you should fucking look up what you want to fucking buy. You know, like, I shouldn't be the one making decisions about what you about to pay for and stuff. Like, you should be more invested in where your money goes. You should be more invested in what you do with your house. Like, it's not her house. We're both tenants. Like, we both rent from her friend who's the landlord. He rents us a 2-story townhome in Kirkland, Washington for $1,000 a month. Like, the whole downstairs is mine. The whole upstairs is hers. Like, the laundry downstairs, so she comes down for the laundry, and the kitchen upstairs, so I go upstairs to the kitchen. But it's like, there's a deck outside, there's a porch, like, there's like a patio on my level, there's a deck upstairs. Like, it's pretty nice. Like, not $1,000 a month. The fuck? What the fuck? And that's her best friend, and he's a Google engineer. But she works in the mailroom, taking packages to and from all the offices. Real shit. Like, all her friends is like rich. Like, not rich, but have degrees, 6 figures. my dad on disability type shit. She been with him for 20 years. Like, she don't have no degree. She been with the company for hella long. That's why she got to be a manager. Like, I'm scared because I said Google, but I don't think that should be a problem. So, where was I? Okay, so when I woke up on the 15th, I seen hickeys on my chest, and I'm thinking my mom's the only other person in the house, but my ex, it's highly possible that he could have snuck in here, assaulted me, raped me in my sleep, and left hickeys so that I would be scared when I wake up and that I would realize that something had happened. Because he's done shit like that before. Like, hold my eyes open while him and his brother rapes me, and I'm knocked out. Like, I'm asleep. I'm on drugs, unconscious. That they drugged me. Like, take photos of me while I'm knocked the fuck out. Shit like that. And then show it to me later. Like, oh, look. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we sleep and you got photos of me sleeping? Like, so that I was paranoid, right? I realized that something fucked up had just happened, as like, again, like right now, like, but I had to get up, take a shower, go to this fucking court hearing. My mom drives me out there. You know, like, again, she's silent as fuck the whole time. Then like she just oh yeah, we pulled, so it was so weird. We pulled out. We in her car, right? I'm sitting passenger side, she's driving. We pull up to like the road, like to exit the little neighborhood of this townhomes, and then like a cop drives right by in front of us, like right as we're leaving. Like right as we pull up, a cop drives right in front of us. And like she didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing, but I just felt like the energy changed. Like, for some reason, like, she didn't have to say nothing. Like, we both, like, see this car drive by. We both watching the car, and then she didn't say nothing, and I didn't say nothing. But, like, we both kind of, like, for some reason, like, I look at her, because for some reason, I don't know, like, I just, like, tensed up, like, I felt unsafe in my house, right? Like, I felt like hickeys on my chest, something weird going on, and then all of a sudden, like, this cop drives right by. Like, I don't know why that was weird, but then she didn't say nothing, I didn't say nothing. And then, like, we both looking at the cop car, and then as they go by, like, when they disappear, she looks the other way, and she don't look right at me, but I look right at her, and her face just kind of like I don't know, like her eyes kind of wide, her eyebrows raised, like she kind of tense, little lips kind of like tense. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Okay, you follow me? Alright, so We drive out there. She just silent the whole time. I'm silent the whole time. We get up there, like, we can't find parking. And then I'm getting, like, annoyed because I want her to walk in with me, but she acting real nonchalant. She's just like, okay, just go in without me. And I'm, like, wanting her to be there with me and wanting her to want to support me and stuff. And, like, I'm needing, like, support right now. I'm needing emotional support. She's not there for me. She really not giving a fuck. She not asking me what happened. She not trying to comfort me. She not giving a fuck. She not checking in on me. No, wait, she did check in on me one time. Oh yeah, remember? Okay, so on Tuesday the 14th, she came downstairs in the morning. I was still like in my bed. It was like morning, afternoon. She was like, I'm leaving for the day. It was like later than she usually goes to work. She was like, I'm leaving for the day. Do you need anything? I'm about to go meet up with my friends. And I'm like, no, you're good. You know, I'm fucking, you know, still recovering. She's like dressed well. She's like peppy and excited. She's about to go out with her friends. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like a middle of the day. Like, she's supposed to be at work or something. I forgot to say that. So yeah, she did check on me one time, but then she like, it was like the one time. And then the next day she taking me in the morning. Then so I get up into the courtroom or into the court or whatever. They have like it's separated. Like the court at the jail is like there's like a courtroom, there's like a waiting room inside the courtroom, or like here's the judge facing this way toward like the people, and it's like a glass room. So you come in this way, there's pews, then there's like another door on the other side right in front of the other door, and you go into the courtroom. Here's the judge with the table facing this way. Then all the attorneys are like on the wall, kind of like facing this way. It's very weird setup. And then in the far corner over there, it's like a holding room where I was on Monday before I got released. And that's where they put the prisoners. We call it jail person. It's not prison. Whatever. Booked people, bitch. Them go in there. And they come through this door on this side. So like you come in this way from the jail, or you come in this way from the street. So or from the building. So the whole court session ends, and like the prosecutor poke her head. Oh no. Let me tell this part. So I go in there alone, right? I go in, there's like hella people waiting for like whoever, like whatever, they got court, or they waiting for their people who got court. And so I go into the far back pew, like it's pretty packed, and so I'm waiting for my mom. I text her like, where are you? And she's like, oh, I'm parking, I'm still finding parking, like I'll be up there in a minute. So every person who came in, I like whip my head over and look, and like I was jumpy. Like every person, I just immediately like look. And then all of a sudden, like my mom walks in, and I don't even flinch. Like I didn't even move a muscle. Like I was honestly like frozen. And like I drew a blank. Like I couldn't even bear to look at her. Like it was so weird how like every person came in, I jump and look and make sure who it is. And then as soon as she comes in, like I'm frozen. Like I didn't even think about it. It was unconscious, completely unconscious. And then she literally like walks in, she looks around, she sees me, she walks up to me, she sits down next to me silently, and then she stares straight ahead. And then I slowly look and turn, and I stare right at her for like a few seconds. And then I look back, and she didn't move a muscle. She didn't look at me, she didn't flinch, she didn't pat my arm, hey sweetie, like, hi, like, how are you? I made it, like, nothing like that. It was so fucking weird. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Now, I was really pissed. Like I'll explain why we was fighting before, but that was a weird thing. That was really fucking weird. And so the whole court session goes through. At the very end, the prosecutor comes out, pokes her head through the door, and she's like, are you waiting for something? I'm like, yeah, I have court today. And she's like, okay, what's your name? I gave her my name. She's like, okay, let me go check on it. So she comes back, or she's like, why don't you, she's like, oh, like, you don't have court or something. And I was like, what? Yes, I fucking do have court. Like, that's what they told me. They gave me the court date. Like, what is you talking about? She's like, okay, like, meet me out in the, like, lobby or whatever. So we, like, wait for her. She brings out, like, some papers. They said they, like, they, what do you call, like, with prejudice, without prejudice? Without prejudice, meaning they can come back. They said they dropped the case without prejudice, so you can go back and charge me for this or bring it up again in court, or is that with prejudice? I think if they drop it with prejudice, then they cannot bring it up again, but they dropped it without prejudice, so they can bring it up again. So I'm off the hook for now, okay? So she brings me this paper. My mom's standing right next to me. She's like, okay, so they dropped the case without prejudice. That means, she's like showing me, that means this. And my mom steps in front of me, like one step. She's like, oh, can I see? And she takes the paper, and the prosecutor hands her the paper. I'm like, wait. Like, this is adult court. Like, I'm not a dependent of her. Why the fuck is she handling my court documents? You know, like, I was concerned, but I did not say nothing. I couldn't really speak. I was in very much shock. I was in very much pain. I'm still recovering from this fucking drug. Like, I'm literally like, I really felt immobile. Like, I really felt like I was completely powerless. Like, all my strength gone. Like, and I was confused. Like, the most thing was, I'm confused. Like, I'm really confused about what's going on. Like, why did that happen with that bitch, like, and her friend? Like, why is this weird shit happening in my house? Why the fuck has my mom been acting funny this whole fucking time for, like, years, like, forever? Like, why the fuck is this shit happening? I'm very confused. So I was pissed, but I, like, let it happen or whatever. Like, now the prosecutor talking to her, they having this conversation, and I'm just standing here, dead meat. And I think eventually she was like, so what are the charges? She was like, oh, can I see? Okay, what are the charges? And she was like, the prosecutor said, like, DUI, felony meth possession, because we found, like 0.2 grams of meth, like, in my bag. It was like it was cocaine containing 0.2 grams of meth. So it's a felony meth possession, in my bag when they arrested me. So, the prosecutor, like, okay, like, they dropped it without prejudice. She's like, steps in front of me. Oh, can I see? And then she's like, okay, so what are the charges? And, like, then now they having this conversation. They explain it to her. She's like, okay, cool, okay. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Now, we get going. She don't say shit else. She don't ask nothing. Like, I'm like, wow, that's what you wanted to know. You wanted to cut in front of me, take control of this shit. It's adult court. I'm not your dependent. Like, you have no right to fucking interfere or to take my court documents in your fucking hands and ask this bitch questions about me and my situation. You have no right to do that. Now, that's all she wanted to ask was, what's the charges? Why don't you tell us what the charges are so she can be reminded of that type shit? I guess she handed me the paper. Like, she was like, okay, here, keep this. I'm like, no shit, bitch, that's mine. Like, why the fuck is you in possession of that shit anyway? Now, like, we go home or whatever. Now it's Wednesday, the 15th. We go home, you know, I just basically, like, go back to bed. I'm just in bed. Like, that's all I want to do is just rest. I'm overwhelmed at this point. I'm just, like, I'm trying not to, like, you know, just, I'm just trying to rest up. I'm not trying to really, like, be too concerned about nothing that I don't have to be concerned about. Like, I'm not, you know, I wasn't, like, killing myself trying to understand what was happening. I was just so confused about everything that was happening. I just needed to rest and, like, recover. I'm in so much pain. Like, this drug's still in my system. I'm just, like, tripping balls. Not really, but, you know, like, just over everything. Confused as fuck, just needing to, like, rest. Like, I need to rest. So the next day would be my birthday. All I had planned that day was to get my nails done in Auburn, Washington. So, oh, we got the car back that night on Wednesday night after court. So we got the car back, and I drive. So I sleep that day. Like, I sleep in all day on my birthday. I still have all my snacks around my bed. Because I bought hella shit. I think I cooked a little bit and then just brought it back to my room, laid down. I'm just chilling in my room. I'm literally smoking in my room, like nobody giving a fuck. Like I'm chilling. And then the next day, Thursday, January 16th, my motherfucking birthday, bitch. On my 23rd birthday. All I had planned that day was to get my fucking nails done. So I was like, okay, I can do that. So I go out there to Auburn, Washington. I think I left at like, I don't know, like 2 p.m. or like noon or something. I get down there. Like the chick doing my nails was like pretty cool. Like her mom like brought us tacos. Like she's pouring shots for us. Like we turn it up. Like she taking videos for me. Like she do my nails hella bomb. Like so yeah. So I'm there. Like I woke up late. You know I sleep in. So I'm there pretty much just all day. Like it gets dark. It's like 8 p.m. I get home at like probably like 9 or 10. We was there for like 4 hours, like, or like 5 hours maybe. I don't know. Just like being cool and stuff. I don't know. And so then I go home. You know, I just go back to bed. Now, January 17th, Friday. I wake up in the morning. I decide I'm gonna go cook breakfast. So I go upstairs, like house is empty, my mom at work or whatever. I go upstairs in the kitchen. I open the fridge. There's like 3 eggs in the carton, and I had like cut the carton in half. I don't know why. I don't always do that, but I did this time. So like there's no lid. The carton cut in half. It's just 3 eggs. And so I go to pick up one of the eggs out the carton in the fridge. I pick up the egg, and I see underneath the egg some like off-white, chalky, crystalline substance. I'm mad confused. I'm like, what like is this? I just pick up this egg. It's like a neat stack in the corner of the egg carton. Like the egg carton is round, and like on one side it's like someone used a spoon to pour it in. It's like a slope on the side of the carton into like around like a corner of the circle or whatever. I don't know how else to describe it. And then the egg was placed on top. And at first I was like, did something fall in there? No, like if something fell on top of the egg, it would have like fell down more when I pick up the egg. It was like neatly underneath, like all the way underneath the egg, and like someone poured something in there and put the egg on top. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like I've never seen this substance before. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea how it got there. Again, I'm thinking the only person in this spot is my mother. What the fuck is going on here? This is like the second thing that's happened this week, and I'm pretty sure I slept like a baby last night, you know, and stuff like that. Like, again, I go to pick up another egg, and the same thing, but like a little bit smaller. So like, or large, smaller. So like there's a smaller heap. Again, like neatly placed, like poured by a spoon, I'm guessing, or like poured, you know, in the corner of this egg carton underneath the egg. Like someone had to take out the egg and do this, because if it fell on top, there would be some kind of mess. There would be, you know, I would notice the substance kind of like falling when I pick up the egg. No, it was already pressed down like by the egg. So I pick up the third egg. I'm like, okay, let's see. No, there was nothing. It was just those 2. It was like worse, and then, I mean, it was like more and then less. Like, I don't know why I said worse. Worse and better. I don't know why that came up. I'm dumb. But those 2 eggs out of 3 eggs. So I'm just like scared at that point. I don't understand what's happening. Like weird ass shit continued to happen, and weird ass shit had been happening before this week as well. Like routinely, like weird ass shit has been happening. Like items popping up, dead animals popping up, my shit going missing, like my shit being broken, just random shit around the house that's extremely creepy. So at this point, like the only person I can suspect is my mom. Like, but again, I don't understand like what this all means. Like, I could never have like imagine a reason why she would do this. Like, I I was completely lost. Like, okay, let's like I was like, how could this fucking possibly happen? Like, if my mother, the only person in this house, like why the fuck would this happen? Why the fuck would she be doing this? Like that's really, really fucking weird. Like what in the fuck? Now I'm getting really stressed out about it. Like this is really fucking creepy. She knows I'm gonna cook. She knows I cook every day. I use the kitchen every day. I've literally seen or heard of her cooking like on one hand like maybe 4 times in the 4 year, like once a year since we lived there. I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious. I'll talk about how often she goes out to eat and bring home leftovers and how weird she treats me like a dog and stuff like that. But that's after this. So I just make my breakfast. I literally leave it there. I don't say nothing about it. And at that point I'm like, okay, I gotta leave. Like I can't stay in this house. Like I gotta get out of the house. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to the strip club. Like I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna get some money because I've been broke. Like I'm antsy. I gotta get out of the house. Like I'm just gonna go fuck around and see what happens. Like I'm not dead yet, so whatever. So I go in the strip club and I that night, and like mind you, my knees is still bruised from this fucking being dislocated. My spine isn't extremely fucked up. I'm still probably coming down from this fucking drugs. I'm stressed the fuck out because weird ass shit going on. Like everything just, I'm extremely just overwhelmed, like exhausted, like in pain, suffering, paranoid, everything. And so I'm just, like trying to see, like, I'm just trying to go through the normal shit that I know how to do, get my money. I don't have another job. I'm like, this is how I get my money. So yeah, I get in the dressing room, and like that's the most light I've had to see my body like this whole week. Like I inspected my body in the jail cell. I inspected my body when I got home. I took photos of my body when I got home, and like multiple days I took photos, but I haven't really felt like so self-conscious as getting naked to try to dance and like seeing my body under the light and everything. So I take off all my clothes and I see these hickeys on my chest, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, where did this come from? Like, this is really obvious. Like, what the fuck? I take pictures of it. So I take pictures of my naked body with the hickeys on my chest. I'm literally making a face like, and like hickeys on my chest. So and then I danced. It was like hell. Like, I mean, like it was really bad. I don't even remember if I made any fucking money. And then so that's Friday the 17th. So I had bought tickets already for the Jaws Dangerous Waters tour because shxtt was gonna like perform or play his set or whatever, and I like shxtt. So I was trying to find something to do for my birthday because I don't have friends, I don't have family. Like, I have not been speaking to my mom, even though we live together. Like, I have not been speaking to her parents, and they're the only family left in my life. And so because they've been acting funny, like on my birthday, Mother's Day before that in 2018, my birthday 2019, Thanksgiving, holidays, like they've been, and then it's just like how they handle it as well, like extremely fucked up. So I was literally going alone to this fucking like you know, like EDM show or whatever, on Saturday the 18th. So I go in the strip club 17th Friday. I'm planning to go to this show Saturday the 18th by myself. And so I'm literally like wearing like blue jeans, which I still have, and this white shirt. It's like a crop top with like a v-neck, and it's like a t-shirt, and then it have like a cape on it, like around like probably like to my hips or something. It's like a cape. I thought that shit was fire. And just like blue jeans, and like I think I wore my little my pink and white checker Vans, or they're like lavender, like purple, like checker, like slip-on Vans, and like my hair straight, and I think I had my glasses on, like, you know, like my reading glasses. And I thought I was fly, like I'm going to a rave just like I'm going to fucking dinner, school, like fucking IHOP, or I don't even know, like the movies, you know, and I'm by myself. Like really lame. Oh, I brought my little monkey with me. I have pictures of him. I don't know. Anyway, fucking, he's one of those little monkeys that have like a white face and like black around. Not a bonobo. I don't know. But he's like a little stuffed monkey. He have Velcro hands. And like a long tail. And like a plastic nose that's gray. And like plastic beady eyes. And like little ears. Anyway. He died. Or something. He ran off. I think he killed himself. Anyway. Sorry. But, so... yeah, so I get to the show. I'm standing in line. It's these dudes wearing like some rainbow lightning shorts and button down t-shirt like sets, and I'm like, oh my god, them was filthy. It like matched my aesthetic on my Instagram at the time, so I was like, can I please get snaps of you guys? Like, they was like, cool. So we was standing in line chatting it up or whatever. We get in, split up, like I'm not with them, and then I go up to the top of the bleachers and I'm just chilling, and like at some point one of those motherfuckers walks up to me, starts talking to me, starts making out with me, and then runs off. Like I like ran after him. I'm about to shove him down the stairs, and then he finally leaves. I'm like, yeah, that's right, you did not get shoved down these bleacher stairs by me after making out with me and sticking your fucking tongue in my fucking mouth. Like, oh my god. Happy birthday to me, bitch. Okay, so I get home. I smoke in my car for like an hour or two, or like, I don't know, really long time. Like I don't want to go in. Then I go home. I get home inside like 6 a.m. or something, like almost 6 a.m. I make some food, or like heat up some food. Now, before I left for the show, my mom texted me around 2 p.m. I have a screenshot of it. She texted me around 2 p.m. She said, well, Twitter has a screenshot of it. I need the courts to subpoena or petition or order the fucking Twitter people to send me that shit for the court here, or for the lawsuit or whatever, because I deleted it. I posted it on Twitter. I posted the screenshot on Twitter, and then I got so scared about defamation and slander and stuff that I started deleting a bunch of shit off my fucking social medias, which I never should have done, because I don't even have to worry about that shit, because the law fucking protects me from that shit. My phone on 10%, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up quickly, And then I might do a part 2 going back and stuff. But anyway, I'll go over the birthday week of torture and post it. So the night or the afternoon before I go out to the show, my mom texted me at like 2 p.m. She said, it's leftover beans and rice in the fridge. You can have it. So that afternoon, or like evening before I'm leaving, I go in the fridge and I see hella fucking leftovers. There's white boxes of leftovers all in there. I'm like, I didn't even ask her. I didn't give a fuck about how she felt about it. I looked through them all. I see the beans and rice, and I pick out the stroganoff. It's like noodles and mushrooms or something weird. And I took a picture of it. It's on my Snapchat. So I have a screenshot of what she texted me, that there's beans and rice in the fridge. Then I have a picture of leftover stroganoff. And a bunch of other pictures of me getting ready, like, you know, my outfit, in my Snapchat. Still there. And Twitter definitely can provide that fucking photo, which I deleted because they keep their data. I think. Pretty sure, bitch. Okay, so fuck. Okay, so I get home around like 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. I go in the fridge. I get the beans and rice that she said was in there. I ate the stroganoff that she didn't mention in the afternoon or evening before I left, and then I ate the beans that she mentioned when I got in. And I'm pretty sure I fried some tostadas to go with it. I go to sleep. In my sleep, I start having visuals like a dream, because I start feeling pain, real pain. I'm feeling like, well, I start getting visuals. I'm starting to feel pain. I'm starting to like gain consciousness, but I'm asleep. So I'm feeling like I'm getting raped. I'm feeling like I'm in a man's lap. I'm feeling intense pressure in my pussy and my asshole. And in my mind's eye, I see pitch black. And then I start seeing like white glowing like outline of like a man's shoulder, and I can hear a man grunting in real life. In real life, I hear a man grunting. I feel pain, and I can't open my eyes, and I just form this vision of like a man's shoulder with like, and I can, for some reason, I can see little hairs like glowing white, like white outline and glowing hairs off his like shoulder and chest. And like I feel like I'm being held by him and like raped by him in his lap facing him, and my head like turned this way on his chest, and I hear his voice, and I recognize his voice as being one of my mom's friends who she works with, who we had Thanksgiving with after I told my grandparents to fuck off, because my grandma attacked me on my birthday of 2019, and my mom, this is why we've been fighting, because, or why I kind of cut her off, and then like been bringing this up repeatedly. She's been ignoring it. She's been acting like it could never happen. She's been defending her mom. And so I've been like, I literally vowed that I would not communicate with her about nothing unless it was necessary, until she acknowledged the situation and like actually do anything to fucking resolve it. So that's what we've been dealing with. But I'll get more into that in a later video because my phone really dying. This shit better fucking post. If my phone dies, I'll be so mad. Okay, so then I'm feeling like this intense pressure and pain, and then all of a sudden I hear and feel a huge crack. My tailbone just broke. Like, he broke my tailbone while he was raping me, and I know who it is. Like, I know what's happening. Like, I can't move my body. I can't open my eyes. I can't wake up. I'm asleep. Like, then like, I guess after I felt that pain, I just kind of waited for him to finish. Like, he nutted, and then I just knocked out again. Like, I completely went unconscious. like, I'm guessing, like, I was just trying to figure out what was going on. Like, are they gonna kill me? Like, is there more to this? Like, my tailbone is broken. Like, no, he nutted. He's good. We done. Then, like, a little while later, I feel that I'm back in my bed, or, like, that I'm laying down again in my bed on my back. And, like, I kind of gain consciousness a little bit. Again, like 7 days prior, I literally feel pain in my neck, like my neck is about to break. I feel searing pain in my neck, my shoulders, the back of my head, like just shooting all down, like the whole, like more pain than I felt when my head was falling and I was about to break my neck. Like I couldn't understand it. And then I hear my pocket knife click close, and I know that sound very well because I be playing with my pocket knife. So I hear this shit, and like immediately my heart start pounding, my stomach dropped. Like I thought I was about to get stabbed the fuck up. Like, but then it took me a second to realize, oh, my knife click closed. Okay, so they're done using it. Like okay, like, and then I hear like the knife click, and then I hear sorry, I can't hit that note. Fucking, and I recognize the voice again, and it's the dude who just broke my tailbone raping me, girlfriend, who I know, like I met them, like I don't know them, but I met them like at Thanksgiving. I met her at Thanksgiving. I met him I think one time before that. And I like that's the only time I ever met them. But I know no. I also seen them in the bar because my mom had trivia night with them in the bar. That girl was like raging. Like everybody was sitting at the table except her. She was running around. Her face was red as fuck. She was like clearly off some drugs, like probably meth. And so yeah, like I know who these people is. And then right after that, I hear my mother's voice, and I hear her whisper something like let me see it, or give me it, or something like that. But she's real quiet. Like I couldn't really make out exactly what she was saying, but it was like let me see it, or like give me it, like, or something. I think she said let me see it, yeah. And then I feel them all leave my bed. Like I feel their weight leave my bed. Like I guess I wake up, like I keep sleeping because I can't fucking move or wake up or get up. I open my eyes the next day. It's probably like noon. I look over. I immediately see my coat and my headphones on the floor where I left them. I always put them there. It's far away from my bed, so it's not like I step on them. I found my headphones there broken one time. I see them broken again. Like I had fixed them because it wasn't super broken, so I had fixed them, but now I see them broken again. Now I realize, oh, they have been broken on purpose and by this person, my mother. And then I see my coat on the floor too, and it's like she slashed the inside of my coat like hella, like the inside is falling. Like my other coat got stolen out of my car. I'll talk about that later. Yeah, that's like my favorite coat. That's my only coat. I wear that every day. It's like all black fur. I still have it. It's still trashed. Yeah, so she just slashed everything in it. I think she had told me she wanted to fix the pocket for me before too, so I think it was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut it this time, like, or I don't know. So oh yeah, and my pussy smelled like shit. Like I smelled shit. I was trying to locate the smell of shit, and it was my pussy. Like it was not my asshole. And then I look on my pillow. There's blood on my pillow. There's blood on my sheets, like in the bed. I wake up. I mean, my tailbone is fucking broken. My knees is still recovering from being dislocated. I have 2 new herniated discs and 2 more that's old. Like my head and my neck is and my shoulders is in excruciating pain. I don't know why. I'm like rubbing my neck, like trying to figure out what happened. My pussy smell like shit. Like I'm beat the fuck up. Now I get up. I felt like the police, like going through a house. Like I was just tiptoeing. Like I was trying to figure out where is the bodies. Like where is the head. Like I open the door. I walk up the stairs. I go through the whole house. Everybody dead. And I was felt such like intense rage that I came home to an empty house. I made food. I went to bed. This whole fucking debacle occurred, and I wake up to an empty house. Like, I can't even explain like the type of fucking rage I felt. Like there was nothing I could do. Like it's gone. Like the threat is completely gone, and I'm just fucked up. That's crazy. Like, I didn't even see a face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, I just hear their voices. Like, I just know what's happening, and it's like it didn't even happen because I wasn't even alive for it. I was literally dead for it the whole entire time, and I have to still live. So like, I'm in my mom's room. Like, I'm looking around. Like, I just start looking at everything. Like, I look in her closet. I see hella fucking bottles and nozzles. Like a store. Like, purchase where you take one and purchase it, and there's hella more. Like, she had stacks of this shit. Like, I'm like, what is this? Like, what is she doing? Like, they must be cooking drugs or something. Like, I'm confused as fuck. Now, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was so, like, confused. I was so angry. Like, I was so hurt. I was so fucked up, like, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. I just started pulling her folded clothes off the shelf and shaking them out and throwing them on the floor. And I'm staring out the window because I'm going to see her drive up if she comes in. And I'm just completely, like, deadpan shocked. I'm just like absent-minded. I'm like staring out the window absent-mindedly, grabbing clothes, shaking them out from being folded and throwing them on the floor. Like, that's the least destructive thing I could have ever fucking did. Then like, I couldn't even finish. I got like, all of a sudden I just got so fed up. Like I was just doing this, I couldn't even think. And then all of a sudden I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, ugh. And then like I just hopped on the bed. Like, all my injuries, I just like hop on the bed. I'm standing on the bed, and like I take my fucking pocket knife and I slash the pillow. And then I'm like, okay, that's not enough. I slashed the whole fucking blanket. And then I literally hop off the bed. I jump off the bed. Like, there's like, it's a wooden floor, like stomps the whole building. I'm like, what the fuck? I think then I slashed the fucking painting that I made her. That she brought home, a painting that she like I made a paint. I went to my friend's house. We was doing paintings. I brought one home for my mom. Like the painting I made, I gave it to my mom. She put it up. Then like, I don't know, a week later, she came home with the same size painting, and she was like, look what I did. And she put it right next to her shit. Like everything's for her. Like, oh, like she just want to like add it to her fucking collection. So like, for some reason when I saw that shit, I was pissed the fuck off. I slashed both of them. Then I was like, okay, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm not about to break windows and shit. Like, I'm about to just, let me go back downstairs. So I just went back downstairs. I sat in the middle of the floor in my living room. Like, the bed, like, you walk down the stairs, there's a living room, then there's a bedroom, then there's a bathroom, then there's the garage, and there's a closet under the stairs. So I go in the middle of the living room. I'm just sitting on the floor. I'm on my phone. I'm waiting for her to get home. I don't know what else to do. I'm just waiting for her. I'm trying to see what the fuck going on. She come in the house. I hear two more heads. It's the same motherfuckers that I just heard in my bed breaking my tailbone and fucking playing with my pocket knife. I don't move a muscle. I'm fucking living, flipping through my phone. Don't know what to do. Like, they walking around upstairs. I hear them whispering because like you can hear regular voices through the house. It's very thin walls. So they whispering. They hanging out upstairs for a while. Then all of a sudden, my mother come downstairs by herself, hella quiet. She's like, you need to leave right now. Or no. Oh, I was texting her. I was texting her. That's in the screenshot from Twitter, okay? I was texting that bitch. I was like, fuck you. You're a whore. You bring your friends through my room. You steal my shit and stuff like that. Like, I couldn't bring myself to describe every single thing that happened, but I was like going off on her. Like, you finna be the one to tell me what the fuck going on. Like, I'm not about to explain this shit to you. You explain this shit to me, bitch. Fuck you, you whore. You bring your friends through my fucking room. You like playing with my shit. I don't remember what I said. Like, you destroying my shit or you stealing my shit or whatever. You breaking my shit. I don't remember. And then so they come in the house at like 2 p.m. Like they fucking fuck around for a while, whispering and tiptoeing around. And then she come downstairs and immediately she be like, you need to leave right now. Immediately. Get out of my house. And stuff like that. And I'm just like, the nerve, like, I just stare at her. Like, I just had no words. I was completely speechless. I just turned and start packing my shit. Like, I didn't give a fuck. She was like, no, leave everything. Leave now. Leave immediately. Get out. I'm like, letting her talk. She like continued to repeat commands, like, while I'm just ignoring her, like, just silent. She won't stop. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm just like whip around at her. I'm like, I'm not leaving my shit here. Like, I'm not leaving my mail where you can fucking steal my identity with your friends. Like, I'm not leaving my fucking toothbrush. I'm not leaving my panties and my shoes and all my fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, you expect me to take your car? You expect me to take nothing? You expect me to get out of my house where I pay rent, where I'm on the lease, where you're not even the fucking landlord? You're on the lease with me. Like, you are a tenant. This is an unlawful eviction. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, what the hell? Now, she's like, now I said, like, my little piece. Like, I'm not leaving my toothbrush. I'm not leaving my mail. I'm not letting you steal my identity, bitch. And then, like, or whatever, and then she shut the fuck up, like, just like how I just did, just silent, and then she just turned and walked upstairs. I'm like, okay then, like, let me get my motherfucking shit, bitch. Then I'm like, I got all, like, what I'm about to bring right now, and I lost my phone. Oh, no, sorry. She came downstairs once more. She was like, you need to hurry up. You need to leave. Get out. Da-da-da. And I'm like, I'm going or whatever. She go right back upstairs. Then I get all my shit. I'm ready to go. I can't find my phone. So then I go upstairs. I'm like, where the fuck is my phone? Like, she literally just took my phone. Like, why the fuck would she do that? Like, and everything. I go up the stairs. It's like up the stairs. There's a platform. Here's the door. It's a split level. So it's like down and up. And then there's a turn on the upside. So you go up and then there's a turn. Then there's a banister that's waist high. Then it's a room, bookshelves, couch, chair, fireplace, sliding glass door, dining room, kitchen. And then, like, between, like, the room and the kitchen, there's, like, a little window. She put her, like, clothes and, like, hats and shoes and, not clothes, but coats and stuff. And, like, bags, you know, like a little, like, foyer or whatever. Then there's her room above the garage. So I just walk up to her little setup for her coats and her bags and her shoes and stuff, and I pick up the first purse that I see and I start looking at it, and I'm just going through everything. Where the fuck is my phone? Like, where the fuck is my phone? Why would you take my phone? Where the fuck is my phone? Give me my fucking phone right now. She got her on her chair in the corner, the far back corner. She got him at the dining room table. She got the bitch at the sink doing dishes in the kitchen. Like, and I can see her fucking stupid face through this little dumbass fucking window. Now, I'm just like, where the fuck is my phone? And then this motherfucker says, he said her name, but it's his girlfriend. He's like, that's her purse. And I'm like, okay, where the fuck is my phone? He's like, that's her purse. He stands up. And I put it down. I turn to them. I'm like, where the fuck is my phone? I'm speaking to my mother, right? I'm not speaking to him. I'm ignoring him. But I put her purse down. I'm like, where the fuck is my phone? She's like, I don't know, like, or whatever. And I'm like, you have my phone or something. Like, give me my phone. Like, I need my phone and shit. And she's like, I don't have your phone. And I walk in the room. I'm like standing like in front of the banister. I'm like, give me my fucking phone. Like, where is my fucking phone? Where is my fucking phone? Where is my fucking phone? And then this motherfucker walks up to me, starts fucking shuffling, like, toward me, like, this big fat ogre, like, literally fucking, like, trying to, like, buck up on me and shit, like, shuffling toward me and shit, puffing out his chest and shit, like, fucking, I'm sorry I called them an ogre. I don't think I'm allowed to do that on YouTube. I apologize. I didn't mean to compare somebody to an animal or monster or other thing. It was in the heat of the moment, and I hope that everyone will accept my apology, because I think this story is really important. And it's a live video, so I can't really take it out, and I don't really want to do this again because it's already been an hour and a half or something like that, or like 2 hours and stuff, or over 2 hours. Let me check my shit. Okay, I'm at 3%. We're almost done anyway. So, fuck, I hope I don't have to do this again. Don't take my fucking video down, YouTube, bitch. Okay. So, then I look down. His hand is, like, hovering over his pocket. He's shuffling toward me. And apparently he a lefty. And then he have a fucking, like in the front part of his pocket right here, he have like a box cutter clipped on his pocket, and then in the back of his pocket he have a screwdriver, and that screwdriver matches the set of tools that I rescued from my dad's spot. I don't know if it's relevant, but he's also left-handed. I really don't think it is. Like, I don't think they fucking planned that, but or maybe they did. Maybe he's not really left-handed at all. Okay, anyway. So he doing all this, and I feel in my pocket I have a pen. So I'm talking to my mom. Where the fuck's my phone? Where the fuck is my phone? Where the fuck is my phone? He starts shuffling toward me and doing all this shit. I'm like ignoring him for a second. He getting way too close to me. He acting way funny. I like turn to him. He's still shuffling toward me, like got his chin up, his fucking chest all puff out and shit. Shuffling toward me, got his hand hovering over these like makeshift weapons or whatever. And so I'm just like, I feel in my pocket to have a pen. I'm like thinking like, do I have to stab this motherfucker in the neck? like I really thought I had to just like, I was hella scared. And he's cornering me over a waist-high banister over 2 flights of stairs, or over like a 2nd story stairs. It's it's a full drop down to the next fucking floor, because the stairs goes down like this and I'm right there. So I'm just like, damn, like, fuck. And she said she didn't have my phone. Like, this dude about to pop off. So I literally just like ran past him, ran down the stairs, like go back to like all my shit in the garage. And then I see my phone. It had fallen in between like the baskets that I had stacked. Like I had laundry baskets full of like just clothes, shoes, mail, all this random shit. And I see that I had like dropped my phone like in between the baskets. So I was like, fuck. Fuck. Oh, you know, she's telling me you gotta leave now, like get out, I don't have your phone, you need to leave, all this extra shit. And he's like threatening me with these weapons and shit. Apparently he lied to the police and said that he had 1 knife in his pocket. I don't see how that's much different, but I think that was just meant to like piss me off or whatever, like just prove that he can say whatever and nothing matters or whatever. I don't know, but he still admitted to the situation. Like, they admitted to being there. They admitted to fucking handling that situation the way they handled it, threatening me with violence if I don't leave my own home, unlawfully evicting me when you're not even a fucking landlord, like making me fucking homeless, reckless endangerment. They admitted to being there at that time. I have Twitter fucking proof. Like, if they can get that from Twitter, it's proof that I was telling them. It's proof of what I was saying, that she brought her friends in my room. And she said the reason she came home and kicked me out was because of abusive text messages. So she's saying that she kicked me out because of what I said before they got there. So I said that she had her friends coming through my room, and now I'm saying that's the same friends, and she literally brought those people home after she got those texts. So it's like, there's no way for me to know she's with her friends in my house before they got there, right? But they was there earlier. That's how I knew she was with her friends in my fucking room. Like, they threatened me with violence. Like, again, like, there's no reason for her to fucking kick me out of my own house, threaten me with violence if I don't fucking leave. Like, there's no reason for me to leave my own house if I'm not scared for my fucking life. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, so anyway, you know, I drag all my shit out of the garage. I put it all in her car. Like, I didn't even leave it in her driveway, or in that driveway. Like, I dragged it into the neighbor's driveway. Like, I was so, like, just paranoid. Like, I dragged my shit in the neighbor's driveway. I was like, looking around like, is this cool? And like I ran to the car, I brought it around, I packed all my shit in there, and then I just sat in my car. I think I recorded some Snapchats of like, I don't even know what's going on, like I'm confused as fuck, all this shit, you know, and yeah, so shit, like we was still in communication for a while, but I'll kind of get into that more later because my phone about to die. This was perfect timing. This was my birthday week of torture. Ta-da! Yay me! Fuck everybody.